Hello everyone, I am here today with a new process video. I'm working on photos from Montreal, and as you can see I'm doing Chinatown. So I have a 2-page layout here, which is kind of fun because lately I've been doing a lot of single pagers. It's not on purpose, it just happens to work out that way. But here I have one that's actually a double, so I haven't done one in a while. I'm excited to work on this one. And as you can see, I do have quite a few of the pockets planned out and I have photos ready for them. So this one's a full 4x6, which is great. Don't have to worry about that. I have these full, but then here I have a 4x6 pocket with a 3x4 photo. So I need something in the background. Same over here. I have one pocket open here completely, and I do have this from the digital set I bought. That doesn't mean it's going to go here. I wanted it to be with everything so I wouldn't forget it. Because if I don't see it, I tend to forget I have it. And then this pocket is full as well. I have already pulled out some Asian themed things here. So I have this sticker sheet I've had forever. I've got some cards in here and some 6x8 papers, and the bag says Stampin' Up, but it's not. This is from an old Cocoa Daisy kit that I've had a long time. I am still using stuff from it. So if I can use any of that, that would be great. Then I also have this whole package of stuff. So I've got like these cool die cuts in there with paper cranes. I think those are actually more Japanese, but I would use them if I could figure out like how to make it work. And then I've got all of these. Whoops, I just dropped a piece of something on the floor. I've got stickers. I've got cutout things underneath here. There, like that. I've got these phrase strips. I have lots of options of things that I could do. I also have a bunch of papers. Now, they're in a separate pile, but I will show those in just a bit. Here are a bunch of background papers I have that I could use, and you can see like quite varied colors and styles in here. A lot of these are probably going to be too busy for the photos I have, but something like this might be okay because it's got a pattern, but it's very subtle. Oh no, that's way too much, but that might work. And then I have just, you know, kind of some subtle patterns, again, like this one. I have a strip of this somewhere too, I think. It might even be in here somewhere. Because I know I used some of it and saved what little I had because I really liked the pattern on it. And I like the pattern on here, but I don't really have much pink. I do have blue, but it's a light blue. So I don't think those are going to work either. Oh, I almost forgot about these. What's on here? I forgot that I have another sticker set here, and I think these go together. Oh, I've got some alphabets. No, you know what? This is from Reminisce. This is from Kaisercraft. These are not the same. But I have all these phrases, and you know what? There's definitely red happening in there and black. And look, do these go together? Yeah, I think they do. So I definitely have some things I can work with here. I'm excited to try to make it functional without it being too crazy busy with all the colors and patterns. Well, I did find this strip that I thought I had. There it is. So I think it's probably 2x12 there. So I do have that. So I could maybe do a border or do like a white or gray background. I have a lot of gray happening, and then like do this on part of it. I don't know, but I have that as well. But taking a look at this, I definitely need to have a little bit of red, maybe a little bit more over here. I have a lot happening here, but on this side I really only have this, and then this is kind of a pinky red. I think it probably was red at one point, but the sun has faded it, so it looks different. And then I did notice I have blue happening in a lot of these photos, so if I had to work in another color to kind of try to ground everything, blue might be it. Well, the first thing I wanted to do was look through my 4x6 cards that I had in that pack, and there are only 3 of them. This is actually bigger than that, but I could cut it down. But like none of these work with the color or design. The pink just doesn't go. I will say though, it's not totally disappointing because all these cherry blossoms, I just saw cherry blossoms when I was in New York. I went to the Brooklyn Botanical Garden and they were still in bloom. So I can save these and hopefully use it for that. So they won't go unused, which is nice. I forgot I actually had some other 4x6s. They were in a different package of stuff, but I do have some. So those colors aren't right. That's very neutral. That could work. Ooh, even this could work. I do have some green happening over here. If I switched it here, might be okay. Not sure. But these two are certainly a possibility. In my papers and cards, I have found a couple things that I didn't see at first, but that I might use. I found these. I actually have two of them. Clearly they're from a 12 by 12 piece of paper that I cut down at some point. You can kind of see that. Oh my God, I have three. I thought I only had two. I have three. I'll have choices then, but they're all from the same piece of paper, and you can see like there's some writing very subtle in the background, and then this pattern. It actually looks really nice, I think, with a lot of these, just like as a neutral. So I could maybe go like here and no, other way, because I have another card. I really like this one, and I was thinking of using it right there because it brings in more red. Oh, you know what though? I said I wanted more red on this side. What if I switch these and actually do it that? Because maybe not have those next to each other. Does that look weird? I don't mind it. And if I use this, then wherever I put them, I could maybe use some of those die cuts that I had from Coco Daisy. Oh, here they are, right here. Maybe I could use some of those, like to overlap the photos, and then it'll feel like it has a theme at least. I might go with that. I have some ideas brewing here. So I think for these 3x4s, they both happen to be part of 4x6 pockets. So I could put them side by side with a 4x6 backing on them and it would still work. And then because they're going into one pocket, not two, I can overlap these cranes like this. So I think I'm going to do that. I'll have one left because that one doesn't really match. And then I was looking at the color scheme here and I'm like, hey, I actually have some of this tone here and here, a little bit here. So I'm wondering if I can work in something like maybe just this sticker that says enjoy the simple things. But if I have this on this side, maybe I could like put it here with the crane so that it brings it on both sides. But that's kind of where I'm going. I think I'm going to do Chinatown here just so I have it. And then I might have to find something else to like go behind here or use as a layered embellishment, something, because otherwise that card feels too blank. I have this card put together. That's the back. So I just used a scrap that I had because the other side was white. I could have done it the other way, I suppose, too, but nobody's going to see it, so it doesn't really matter. I did adhere the phrase strip that says Chinatown, and then I found this embellishment in my stuff. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of layer maybe like something like that so that you can see most of this, but then the crane overlaps it a little bit, and then it also goes on to the photo. And I probably will put staples in there because otherwise it feels kind of flat. So I think that will help liven that up a little bit, but then that card is done. Okay, that one is done. I love the way that looks. Now over here, I get to build this one in the same manner as I did the other one. And it'll sit like this, so it'll be similar where this is facing in, so will this. I will do some overlap with this at the top, and then I have my sticker. Okay, so I've partially done this card. I've put that together on backing. I've got this adhered. I've got my sticker on there, but I do think I want to put in some staples like I did on the other one, just so that, dang it, I wish I would move that one over a little bit. I could possibly try to get that out and redo it, but I wanted it to match this so that they look like they go together. I did decide to take that staple out and put in a different one, so it's still not perfect. This ended up being a little bit lower, but at least it's out more and not so close to the edge of the sticker, which I didn't like. So I have that done. So let's see where we sit here. And looking at all of this together, I feel like I need something here, and I do have some dead space there. So I will look at my sticker options. I think most of the ones on here are too big, so that's not going to work. But I can do some generic ones, or what do I have on here? Is there something here that might work? From that sheet of phrases I had, I cut out this one thinking, oh, that's perfect. It's black and white. I've got some white over here. I hate that. I don't know if it's the font or the white or what, but I don't like it. at least not on that photo, but I took out my yellow stuff because there is kind of some mustard and gold happening around the pages. And I had this phrase in there that says big wide world. And I kind of like that. If I just put it there, there's a little bit of yellow, that gold. I think it's a nice color mix, and it ties in everything that's in this card, which I love. All right, now when I see it all together with that phrase strip attached, I love it, and I think it's done. I don't think it needs anything else. So here's another one finished for Canada. Thanks for watching.